Hey there guys, gals, and non-binary pals, it's DMG and welcome back to Blitz, and today we have the pleasure of watching Noah Vic playing in his T-54 Mod 1. This is the Tier 8 Russian Premium Medium Tank, and he will be playing on Middleburg for this match today. Now the T-54 Mod 1, what's so good about it? It has this fantastic front armor profile, and it even has the same front armor thickness as the T-54, the Tier 9 Russian medium tank. However, what it also has is good side armor. It actually has more side armor than the T-54 itself. So you're driving this armored box. Now it doesn't really have the best gun, but in high-tiered matchups where you are top tier, you can still dominate lower tier tanks because usually they have drastically less armor, and especially if you're fighting mediums on mediums, you can easily dominate these matchups. Now Noah will be going to one of my favorite spots, but reads the game perfectly and pushes right across, seeing that there are no mediums that are engaging him, and he spots the Panther 2. And I think Noah is running calibrated shells in his T-54 Mod 1 as he is able to go right through the front of the Panther 2. And this is why you're going to want to aim, because missing shots like that, and the T-54 has a low ammo capacity, means that you're wasting credits, you're wasting shells, so you're not going to be as profitable, and you're wasting precious seconds that you could be putting out damage. And he goes for the famous, or the infamous, Soviet side hug on the Panther 2, and he will take him out of the game. Or, excuse me, I tell a lie. The Comet will take him out of the game, and that SP-1C decides to stay around and see if he can put a shot. He bounces off the fantastic front armor of the 54 Mod 1, and then Noah returns fire with an HE round, and that SP-1C does not have long to live, but Noah unfortunately misses a shot. And this is where I feel like having a vertical stabilizer. I mean, at least from the look of it, it doesn't look like Noah is running a vertical stabilizer. Noah, if you're watching this, please feel free to commentate on what equipment you ran so that others, if they like your style of gameplay, they can emulate it using the same kind of loadout. Now, and there's another shot right there that I feel like he could have hit. Just having a little bit of aiming, a little bit of patience to aim that shot in could really make the difference. And it means that you're making more credits. It doesn't mean that you're wasting shells. And the front of this IS, he can still pen it, and it's not all that bad. However, when you get to more armored tanks, let's say like an IS-3, that standard 175 millimeters of penetration starts to become kind of tough, which means you need to use your brain. You need to use the mobility of, or at least the mobility that this tank has, and flank others. Now, Noah makes a few great shots here as he puts a round into the KV-4, does the right thing, switches to the APCR, and goes through the lower front plate. And he's going to do it again. And this is kind of a chancy shot, but it's quite lovely. Even I don't think I would have tried chancing that. But he is able to snap that shot in and does perfectly there. Now he does take a shot from the Tiger 2, loses his ammo rack. Thank God it did not explode, and he will bounce another shell. And this just shows how ridiculously powerful the armor is on this tank. It's a Tier 9 armor profile at Tier 8 that fights Tier 7s, and that's what's so good about it. Now, like I said, you got to use your brain to flank heavily armored tanks like that KV-4. You're not really going to pen it frontally with standard AP, but now that Noah has flanked it, he can easily put side shots in. And once again, you can see the 54 Mod 1 go to work on this Type 59. It does have the rate of fire advantage, however it does not have the gun depression advantage, so Noah will have to be careful and make sure he gets in nice and close to the Type 59. The Type 59 does panic, and Noah will take him out of the game. And I'm not sure if you saw, but Noah went hill, and the T-28, who died in the town, said, "Why did you leave me with a 4-on-1? Now, I just did a map guide on Middleburg, and this is exactly why, because if you are right, and they end up all going town, and you are in the town, it becomes a 4 or 5-on-1. Why would you do that to yourself?" And he says, and in his response to Noah's statement saying, "We told you to go up," he says that it would take him an hour to get up there, which is completely untrue. And even though you don't have to go all the way up the hill, there are still positions that you can abuse going slightly up the incline. Now, that is completely on that T-28. He should have listened to the correct meta call, which is hill, and this is why hill is so dominant, because the red team got stuck in town. So if this is any example in action here, it is this. Going town is not a good idea. Always go to the hill, play it safe, clear the hill, then attack the town. And you see Noah was able to get right in there and start attacking, and they weren't able to spot him until he was right on top of them. But continuing with the game, he takes out the Glacial, and he didn't really need to use premium ammo there. The Glacial 112 does still have a weak lower plate, despite it being buffed. It was not buffed in the armor department, and Noah will finish off the Tiger 2 for his final kill of the game. Now, this was a great example of knowing how to play your Russian tank, right? Side hugging, using the mobility when necessary. The armor does save you, and he does pick up a 4,232 damage, 3 kill, 87,000 credit profit mastery for his trouble. But I hope that's a good example of how to play the tank. Now, if you enjoyed that content, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. And if you didn't, please leave your constructive criticism in the comment section. As always, I appreciate the opportunity to share my passion with you today, and I hope to see you next time.